looking like he's swerving, but it's just a Tokyo drift. Kept it real, never switch. Ride or die, homie. And every chick that I'm with look just like a Barbie. I can get a little cocky, okay, and what? And all the hating you been doing, it just ain't adding up. If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Need to worry about how the fuck you gonna pay the rent. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Every time I see Mo, I'm screaming out, feed me. Little shopper horror, come feed me some peach cobbler. It's all peaches and cream when you make a little profit. The Lord of Crypto posted up like a hobby. Trying to put some more coins in this motherfucking watch. Should I let my nuts hang or should I take profit? Gotta keep my eyes open even though I feel exhausted.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie. Bet the whole pie.
To choose.
You going long or Danny DeVito? You want a little bump or you want the whole kilo? Killing all your bills like Quentin Tarantino.
Choose.
It's a crypto world. Everybody wanna get a piece. Money will increase. If you learn about it, time to eat. It's a green candle up the bears. Don't grab the grease. On revenge trade. Up all night, I can't even sleep. The sun caught my ass again. Ain't no going back to sleep. Eyes red like a big lion, not a sheep. It's a crypto world. Shout out to the crypto girl. Getting to the back, the whole world. That's what you deserve. Time to swerve and bend the curve. Riding in the forest. Got on market cypher merch.
All right. Oh, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Dano Crypto. On this channel, we show you guys how to make simple, effective, and easy moves in the cryptocurrency ecosystems. The lighting's a little weird, but you know, we'll just deal with it. But what's going on? Make sure you guys are hitting the like button, hitting the subscribe button, dinging the bell to be notified whenever we go live, because we are covering the markets every single day, Monday through Friday, and we are doing our best to not get super political or anything like that. We're just trying to like cut through the noise, because there's a lot of noise. That's the best thing that we can do, is try and cut through the noise, try and find where the money is flowing, because it seems like not a lot of money is being dumped into the cryptocurrency markets as of late. It's still $3 trillion total cryptocurrency market cap, like everything in crypto combined with Bitcoin and Ethereum, everything. It's only 3 trillion. You think about all the other markets in the world, we've seen nothing yet of what could be coming in over the next few years. But it seems like we just are still feeling the growing pains of the old system dying off. And we see that, you know, Paul Atkins, SEC, is saying, you know, look, we're going towards tokenizing everything. Hey, this is what we want to do. The banks are starting to pivot. They want to have their own tokenized, you know, type of USD, their own type of stable coin, and they want to have a piece of the pie too. This is what has been stalling the Clarity Act, because the banks still want a piece of the pie, but the exchanges have been pushing back. Coinbase backed out because they were like, hey, the banks are still wanting all this control. We should be able to still custodian the crypto without having to have all these stipulations like they want to. And so, not to get into the weeds of it, but this is what I think has been stalling everything, is that things aren't lined up exactly how they want them just yet for them to capture the retail market of them using crypto services, because retail is going to use crypto services probably through these online, because everyone uses their online bank. Everyone uses online banking because you check what transactions you just did. You look at your debit card transactions, how you do your budget. And every single bank has a online either app. You can look at your transactions. That's been a thing for the past, you know, 15 years or so. I don't know how long, like when we started really actually using online banking and not doing freaking checkbooks. So think about it. The banks are going to eventually have all these different crypto rails. They're going to want you to have your Bitcoin and their whole, just like your cash. It's like you could just choose to just do everything cash, settle in cash and never use a bank at all. But we get used to the system using the banks, using the cash. So then we use their rails, we use their services, and then they charge us the fees. And that's how the banks, you know, make their money. So they're going to capture retail, I think, through generating fees by being the custodians of the inevitable retail crypto hold. I don't know. That's just at least how that's how I'm thinking about it. But we're now looking at how the war is affecting the oil prices and the S&P 500 and stocks, commodities, gold, silver. Here's what's happening. Gold and silver has been selling off now. The reason, we didn't really know why, but now we kind of figured out through some intel that gold and silver, with the countries that are being pressured by all of this trade toss-up, is they have to sell the gold and silver to get the cash and get resources. Because they can't hold a bunch of gold and silver because it's like, okay, well, we need like actual the other resources. Like we need the oil. So what's happening, and they also need the cash. So they're selling the gold and the silver so that they can get the cash to be able to buy the resources that they might need, because that was, you know, in this time right now, super volatile between different oil trades. And then at the same time, oil spiked. So gold and silver sold off, oil spiked. And it's still happening right now where crude oil is up 3.9%, and gold and silver got crushed. I thought silver was going to hit some support. Man, it got crushed. Got absolutely crushed. My trade got crushed. But on the other side, the trade that I did for oil was great. That was actually a really nice trade. Where is the trade? Is this the one? Yes. So this is the oil trade. It was up 100%, but we ended up closing it at 86%. So we did call a nice move on US oil. And I'm curious if you guys took that same trade, because if you were watching, these were the two trades that we took was silver and oil. Reason being is I saw through all of the headlines and the tensions and all that stuff that a lot of these proposed talks were not actually real, and there weren't as much negotiation and good talks that were happening between Trump or the administration and Iran. So in that causes more tension, and then when there's more tension, that's when the oil prices spike. So this is what we've been noticing, is that, okay, if they think tensions are easing and we have easing, then oil prices go down. And then that's where you see the manipulation coming in, you see the trades coming in, and so this is what has happened. But see, now we could have just stayed in the oil trade still, because on the 5-minute, this is just going all over the place. So if anything, we were calling for a possible $120 price. 124, it was 120. Yeah, that was the target. That was where we were going to actually take profits. We were going to hold the trade, but we took it out. Some people are thinking that oil could go to $130 a barrel. 140. Which at if that's the case and you can trade this tokenized, then you just want to do a safe long play. This could be the one. Could be the one. But we closed it, and it ended up going the complete opposite. Actually, it's funny because we did the complete opposite of what one of the traders in the community, Mr. Vaughn, he posted that he went short hype. And it's funny, and he was right. He was actually right. I went long hype, and you can see right here, He went short. I did not post, though, about me going long because I wasn't even sure myself. So we're looking now at this particular hype trade. We are questioning it. It is down. But my reasoning behind this particular trade is that the place where, and we had a long conversation this morning in the Telegram, me and Headband, and we were talking about how like what are the actual altcoins that would are going to be the top altcoins, and what is it tied to, and why? What is it? Like as the application, it's mainly based off of where is all of the like the highest volume trades are coming through Hyperliquid, because it's decentralized. It's 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's easily accessible on a mobile phone and at any device. It's being used to trade tokenized stocks, and this is kind of it's the best and highest volume traded DEX and platform right now on the market. And this is actually based off of data too, because if you go to things like the actual chain, Hyperliquid, you click on Hyperliquid, we will go to chains. And shout out to Emmanuel. Shout out to all the people who are here watching. Make sure you guys are hitting that like button. We're going to get into some trade setups. We think there's some good trades coming here. There's a lot of really good setups that we could get into if we just have to cut through the noise. I think there's we really only have to take a couple trades. Obviously, there's tons of stuff that's going to perform well. You know, you could probably maybe when things start looking good, you chuck a dart at the market. That's how 2021 was. I mean, think about I think specifically about Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity went insane. Just insane. The NFTs, the Axies themselves, like, it was crazy. And all just out of that, garbage all over the place was pumping because it was just a sentiment pump narrative. It was like anything out the sun was like people were trying to chuck money at because they like had some kind of roadmap, or they were like, you know, it was whatever it was. And people were willing to just penny stock stuff. It was kind of like that. It was like, oh, dude, I'll try that. Yeah. And then that was what was happening. But we look at chains like Hyperliquid in terms of stables. It's number 5. It's number 5. So it's kind of been like this thing that's been in the background. It's been in the foreground. It's also been the back end infrastructure for what a lot of platforms will use to do the perps. So it'll be perps powered by Hyperliquid. And so then you start to think about the 24-hour DEX volume. That's also number 7. Now, this is what I was wanting to point out. When I was talking in the Telegram this morning, this is wild. So think about it. Just Hyperliquid, which is the hype, which is the token, and then you have Hyperliquid, which is the DEX trading platform. It generates $69 million in fees every 30 days. That's crazy. That's a and then the revenue 61. Earning 61 million every 30 days. That's insane. All right, so these are all the protocols. And so what we've talked about before is what you can do inside of these protocols is see if they have a token. If they do, see how, like, look at the chart, see how much of a percentage each month, like, it's going up, like how much fees are being generated. Like, you can look at Hyperliquid, okay, well then the hype token itself, then you can look at Spectra, you can look at Project X. Like, this is what I pulled up. Project X is something where you can buy and swap into using your hype, connecting into whatever wallet is going to connect into the hype network, which is a ton of wallets now. But we were talking this morning about, well, when hype hits its, escape velocity, for the fact that it is the premier DEX trader for the entire world right now, what is going to be the top meme? Because that's what we like. Obviously, look, we got a Hoba honey badger on. We got the ticker Bitcoin hat. I mean, we're a walking Sproto. But think about PopCap, Mew. Mew went to 2 billion or 1.5 billion. This is a Solana token. It was a cat. And if you think about Jupiter, like the Jupiter's mascot, then you think about, trying to think of, I think that's the example that I want to give. Yeah, just that example. So then go to another cat. This is Purr. This is the highest market cap meme coin and Hyperliquid mascot on Hyperliquid. So when you go to Deck Screener, you go to Hyper, you go to the and see they switched. I don't know if you noticed, but they changed Deck Screener. The market cap used to be over here. The liquidity used to be here. And the price was the first thing. So I don't know what they did. I don't know if I did that or if they did that. Yeah, in terms of a meme coin or / mascot, this is the one that's on Hyperliquid. Called Purr. Purr. Now, I haven't bought any yet, but I'm interested in buying it because you can see from what other, just as an example of what other mascots have done. So I used the Mew as an example. Mew. Cat in a dog's world. Right now, it's at $53 million market cap, but at its peak, went to, 1.1 billion. And then PopCat, PopCat was even crazier. This was wild. This went to 4 billion. Or was it 2 billion? No, this one was 2 billion. Okay. I think it was Bonk that I was looking at that went to 4 billion. Yes, that was the one. Yeah, that actually went to 5 billion. Sorry. Excuse me. It went to 5 billion. Oh my gosh. You know what makes me it makes me hurt because let me show you something. Okay. Do you see that symbol? That whale? That's Orca. That's one of the first dexes and liquidity pools, liquidity provider, and swappers on Solana next to Radium. So it was like you used Radium or Orca back in the day. And I remember seeing Bonk. I remember seeing Ponky. I remember seeing all of these tokens before they exploded when they were like at, like, for instance, this one. I saw this in Orca. I think I even bought a little bit. I would love to go back on chain and see if I can find it. But I remember seeing this thing like here. Like down in the down here. One of these green, like, yeah, if you go like to the 4-hour candles, it was, I saw it down here. It's probably like at like 100 million or something like that. And I mean, just to, you don't even want to know. You don't even want to know. Do you? Yeah, you're talking like a 3,000, 4,000%. Chuck a couple $100 in it. Yikes. And then, I mean, you would still even be up, and then because it's at 523 million. So, I mean, you'd still be up. But I mean, imagine round tripping a bag like that. People do it all the time. People do it all the time. They'll round trip a bag like that. Generational wealth right there. Gone. But we've done that. Pepe. We missed generational wealth in Pepe. We missed it on Ponky. We've missed it multiple times in ticker Bitcoin. You know, it's crazy because we've actually made thousands of dollars trading, and instead of being smart, we let the FOMO get to us in the dopamine. And that's what's like, I'll tell you, the biggest lesson that I've learned over the years is to not just let yourself get so caught up in the dopamine game, because we had already destroyed our dopamine over the years, just by like the way that we've given ourselves more screen time. We've just like our sense, unless you give yourself a cleanse, like we've just kind of like killed our dopamine. So then the trading and the pump fund aspect, the crypto Twitter, like just all of that combined, if you don't keep yourself in check, it will wreck you. It will rock you. It will throw you off the horse, and you're going to hit your head on a stone, boom, and you're going to be like, and then you're going to start making really, really bad decisions. And it happens to the best of us. It can happen to even the most experienced person who's maybe smarter at technical analysis, can put in really good trades, but then if they let that get to them, it will cook them also as well, because then they could have a huge bag built up, then they get too confident, boom, get smashed. It happens to the best of us. It's happened to Crypto Face, it's happened to Jason, it's happened to all your favorite traders and people that you look up to and admire. It's happened to them. So it's like, the difference is that, but the difference between them and then the, say, quote, whatever the average trader, average person, is that you have to analyze that, and you have to say, okay, well, what can I do to get better? What did I do that made me blow up an account? Was it the emotional aspect of it? Was it you were trying to trade 17 different things? Could be a combination of things. So I think in figuring out what that is, and then just compounding, applying it like you're in a video game and you're leveling up your character, and this is just part of the game. It's just part of the game. And missing opportunities, missing something like, something like Pepe, you got to think, I mean, there's so many things in this top 100 and top whatever that we've known about and have had multiple opportunities for years and years and years, and it's no one else's fault but mine And then in your case, your fault as well if it, quote, didn't work out, or, you know, work out how you wanted it to. We could maybe say, oh, well, the market rugged us. It was FTX and it's Jane Street and it's BlackRock. Oh, institutions now have the own it. I think that's all that's like excuses. You know, ETH isn't at 10K yet, baby. We still got time, you know? ETH is not at 10K yet, my friends. I need some W's in the chat. Give me some ETHs. Give me some ETH in the chat. I want you to spam ETH in the chat right now. If you're even watching, you even like crypto, just start spamming the chat with ETH. Let's go. But to represent ETH, we have Sonic right here. So just Sonic will be the mascot for ETH. Ticker Bitcoin. Let's go. All right, well, let's look at Bitcoin. So Bitcoin. See, Ken, you love mystery. All right. Well, okay, I'll have to just do it now. So one of our viewers, one of the friends of the channel, Mr. Ken One Beats Kenyatta, he really likes mystery. So if you know about the Pepe lore and the Matt Fuhr characters and the different stories that he's had, you would know that actually Pepe has had multiple different types of kind of either characters or offshoots. One of them being mystery. Another one is a rapper version of Pepe. And I can't remember what his, you'd have to help me, Kenyatta, about the it's gosh, what is it? But yeah, there's all these different characters, and that's what actually got started with like the boys club, because you have Andy, Pepe, Brett, Landwolf, and kind of just go down the list of characters. So let's look at mystery. It's on ETH. We'll check it out. So let's see. We'll see if it's in just like the list, like if I'm just gonna like scroll down, will it be in the list at least on the first page? Okay. Don't see it, so I'll just have to type it in. What the? Okay, so the liquidity's thin though. Is this the one you're talking about? Does not look good. No, this isn't the one. Mystery the Frog and the Night Riders by Matt Fuhr, the artist behind Pepe. So it went to, we'll just look at this. You know, it went to 30 mil, and this was right at the Trump dump. Managed to actually get pretty close to almost back to where it was. That's what's interesting, you know, on January 2025. Then it dumped again, and then if you see here, February 2025, it tried, and then it's just been down I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it looks really bad. I mean, this looks like when someone says it's building, well, it's building a fucking like a fucking cellar. It's building a basement. Building a giant basement for all the holders to fight each other in. They're like, you told me to buy you to the. Ah, I can't believe you. This is bullshit. And here and then the people that were like, mystery's gonna be the best thing. They're up here on the on the yacht, tossing grenades into the basement. So yeah, I mean, if I wanted to like put the Pepe chart on here, I could do the Pepe. You know, Pepe wrapped or not on base. Like, why is it pulling up all those? It never works right when I do that on deck screener. But yeah, I mean, if you look at the Pepe chart. Yeah, Bitcoin looks like it's, I don't know what Bitcoin's doing. Yeah, if you look at the Pepe chart, let's look at the Pepe chart. We'll go to the 10-minute. Or actually, let's go to the daily. We got to go to the daily on the Pepe chart. This is Pepe on Binance, okay? Or maybe we should do Pepe on Binance, okay? So the difference with Pepe is that it's not into zero like a lot of those like the coin like this. It went right back down into its launch price to zero. Like it's like to massive zero. And so it's just kind of. I just don't see the point of buying this and not just buying like Dogecoin. Like, why would you buy this and not just buy like Dogecoin or just buy Ethereum? Knowing the chart looks like this, I mean, there's just like, that is just like, you are, I don't know. That is not a good looking chart. Pepe, I can even understand because this is what most of the big alts did. Like every single major altcoin did this. Went boom. But you could see that it was trading up, and then because of the coordinated effort of some entities, but if we want to be really honest, you know, no one was buying any of this garbage. They were all buying gold and silver and S&P and stocks and stuff like that. And now this stuff is at the lows. Now they might be buying. Or here's the biggest bearish case scenario I can give you right now. Here is the biggest bear case scenario, so we can just go ahead and get it out of the way. Okay, here's the deal. This bear flag pattern could very well break Bitcoin down to 50K. Does it mean it's all over? No, I think it just means that that was going to finally be the final push into support of where we had previous support. It's just that simple. If you look at the chart on the daily here, it's just like, it's all a bunch of bullshit games to trick us to make us think that 50K still isn't like we're just like, what, we're just gonna leave 50K? Nah, come on. These suits and these people and the whoever is gonna be able to make that happen, the Bitcoin gods, they'll make that happen. Look at the chart. And when you just look at history, a 60% from all-time high makes sense because that's what we've done every time. We've done we've done 70%, we've done 80%. So then would we be prepared for even lower? And that's why I have this range. I have two different ranges. I have this between 46 and 43, which would be 65% from the all-time high. Or we would just do a 58%. Because yeah, on the daily, there's no money trigger, no money flow, no like, you know, trillions inflowing, just waiting to just like cook, you know, oh yeah, let's all load up on this thing. Seems like right now a lot of the focus is oil focus, and we're kind of feeling like a freaking. Hold on, we gotta look at what U.S. oil is at now. Oh my god! Oh my god! Wow. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and take the loss on that one. Do it. All right, done. That's fine. It's only $5. Yeah, we are going to long oil again. Can't believe I got out of that trade. I don't even care that I'm getting it at the absolute top. The price call was 120 and I'm sticking to it, damn it. So let's go.
Bend the corners like a torch, drop the top on the Rari. I call that the headless horseman. What the fuck you gon' do? Join the market cypher crew, ride or die, homie. And every chick that I'm with look just like a Barbie. Can get a little cocky, okay, and what? And all the hating you been doing.
What is this candle?
If it don't make dollars, then it don't make sense. Need to worry about how the fuck you gonna pay the rent. All this TA on my charts looking just like graffiti. Every time I see Mo, I'm screaming out, feed me. Little shopper horror, come feed me some peach cobbler. It's all peaches and cream when you make a little profit. The Lord of Crypto posted up like a hobby. Trying to put some more coins in this motherfucking wallet. Should I let my nuts hang or should I take profit? Gotta keep my eyes open even though I feel exhausted.
To choose.
Keep on grinding or you gon' cry. Stay in the nest or you gon' fly. Put up a few dollars or bet the whole pie.
All right, so global oil crisis. Day 26 of Hormuz blockade, 20% world supply, 8 million BPD gone. Sri Lanka, rationing, 4-day week, schools closed. Pakistan, price surge, queues, 4-day week. India, 9 days reserve left. South Korea, 50 days left. Japan, usable reserves, only 95 days. UK, shortages from April. Germany, gas, plus 30%. UE, energy emergency plan. France, pump prices 30% in 8 weeks. South Africa, empty pumps reported. Others, Turkey, Brazil, Australia, US, China, facing hikes, draws or delays. Real shortages building despite reserves sufficient claims. Shit. Literally getting in at the absolute top of this V-shaped little retrace here. And if you look at where I got in initially. If we want to look at where the actual position was. Where's the green? Where's the green arrow? I just gotta go to the daily. Yeah, I got in here. That was my entry. Was what? 111. 111. That was my entry. $111. And it's at 117. And the previous trade, I took the profit at 116. Wow. All right, so I guess sometimes this is what's so tricky about trading is you got to decide what kind of trade you're gonna be. You gonna scalp, or are you gonna just try and swing? You gonna let your winners win? You gonna let them run? What are you gonna do? It's not easy, guys. It's not easy. But the target still stands. Damn target still stands. I mean, look at that drawdown, that manipulation, that massive candle on the daily right there. Boom, right to the downside. And then you can see 1, 2, 3 kind of steady candles. This was a fake out candle here because with Trump tweets, these tweets, it's usually the markets are moving minutes before, and then you can see when massive orders are coming in to either long, oil futures, because there's going to be some back out of the negotiations. This could just be testing back to 126. Back to 126. Be too bad. Be too bad. What is this? Yeah, the silver trade. The silver trade was not a good trade. Silver is continued to sell off. Got all the way up to 121 and it sold off hard. It got cooked all the way back to $65 an ounce. Tried to test back up and it hit resistance at 96. And I'm curious if we were to pull a fib on that, see if it got just rejected right on the 618. Probably just like right, pretty close. Just like boom. Damn. So it could be that in all this, the insiders might have known to be loading up on silver to then be able to sell it at the all-time high with gold to then be able to long oil, knowing that we're going to go into this conflict. Wow. But that might be the game that they've been playing this. They've been playing these games for a long time. They're experts. Woo. But we did have we had a solid entry. That was the entry right there. That was the one. We should have just see, that's the thing. We need to get a little too jumpy and you just keep your winners winning. And for God's sakes, don't go into a freaking altcoin trade right now, because Bitcoin right now, if Bitcoin goes down and gets cooked on this bear flag, alts are cooked. I mean, alts are going to get destroyed. Like Sol's going to go to $40. Sol will probably go to $40. ETH will go to 1,300. It's in the same pattern. If you look at it, I mean, it's literally the same pattern. You draw it like that, and then it's literally like that, you know. Go to the weekly. Pretty much, yeah. And it's like, is that going to be what gives us the springboard to get to 10K? Massive Wyckoff accumulation. Patience. I don't know. Are you willing to go through it? That's the thing. Are you willing to go through it? Because all this could play out, and it doesn't mean that ETH isn't going to go to 10K. Doesn't mean that Bitcoin's not going to go $1 million. So are you willing to be patient enough? It's like the Amazon investors and the Microsoft investors, the Walmart investors, all the people that were smart enough to diversify into, yeah, hell yeah, Mike Joey, 10K. Yes. Look at the chart. If you just look at the macro chart for ETH, 10K is easily attainable. ETH like 2 different times went up 5,000%. You don't think it can do it again? I think so. So I think even just doing a modest from the bottom, if this is where it's going to bottom out here, to go up 500%, sure, why not? It's no surprise why exchanges went and bought 10% of all the fucking Ethereum memes. Did you ever realize why they did that? You ever realize why the exchanges... Sorry, Mike. When someone said, well, I'm very quick to be like, if you don't think Ethereum's going to 10K, then don't invest in crypto. But all the major exchanges, they hold their hot wallets. They hold so many meme coins. It's insane. They just went through and bought 10% of all the supply of all the meme coins. They got like 10% of bread. They got Pepe. They got, if you look at ticker Bitcoin, it is mostly all like we hold like all the holders mostly hold like $1,000 or more of ticker Bitcoin. And then the rest of like a big supplies is like whales, but the whales are the exchanges. You look, it's like Bybit and, like Kraken, like you look at their hot wallets, that's what they buy. That's what they have because they know when ETH is going to rip, those are paired in ETH in the liquidity pool. So it's almost like they're prepared or waiting for like this ETH season, and they're just going to make so much money. The exchanges will make a lot of money. We can also make a lot of money too, but they're going to make more than they're going to make more than us. That's fine because they have more of the supply. But I don't think people are ready yet. Emmanuel, I'm right there with you. I don't think people are ready for the 10K ETH conversation, or when it's here. And I really hope that we have some like traditional old school, like, ETH memes in our bags. Because I really do think that like things like that, like, SHIB, Dogecoin, Pepe, just kind of what started it all back in 2023. And then kind of pre that, I think think those are going to still do well. Now, you guys know which ones I think, in my opinion, are going to do the best. Whether you think they're a freaking bundle scam, I don't care. Doesn't matter. Your favorite VC stupid coin also has insiders and a bunch of assholes that sell on your head all the freaking time. But you're buying up the shit out of Sol, aren't you? And using it to trade your shit coins. Those people dump on your head too. So let's stop the conversation about if it's a scam or not. Everything's a damn scam. For the most part, when it comes to VCs and the unlocking and them just being like, they get in way earlier than any one of us are going to ever get in these things. So that's not what you need to be asking yourself. Who cares? Where's the money going to flow? Is it flowing there? Be there before it starts to get in there too. And this is exactly what is happening with oil. It's what they're doing. They're flowing the money into where the volatility is and where it's aligning with how the world's quote, this energy crisis that we're going into. And then to top it all off, you got Melania walking in with the robot, and then I had to do it to my wife. I showed her the Animatrix, the Renaissance portion of the Animatrix, which actually breaks down the pre-story in the prequel of what actually how the Matrix came to be and how the robots actually took over, and the initial resistance to the machines. So humans versus machines. And this scene, like, that played out at the White House, I was like, oh my God, this is the Animatrix, and this is the, like, I don't want this to be our future. But it's just so it's freaking creepy. So I showed her the movie, and she was like dead silent almost the whole. I'm not dead silent because I can't shut my mouth when I'm watching stuff. I'm like, this is, I'm like pausing it. I'm like, this is, but after she watched it, I looked at her face and I was like, I think I just traumatized her, because everything that was playing out in this Renaissance anime of explaining how we started to implement the AI, and for a time it was good, and then all of a sudden something happens, and I've mentioned this, and it's that a robot is going to end up murdering someone. And it's going to cause massive, like, it's going to just be like this whole thing. There's going to be robot rights and a whole thing, and then there's going to be people, oh, you can't, it was just defending itself because the robot said it was trying to defend itself. Okay, so then does the robot get a proper, jury of its peers? Yeah. It's wild. So you guys need to go and watch this. If you get a chance, look up or go buy it. I mean, you can just go or see if it's on the streaming or whatever platform you can get it on. Just type in the Animatrix, and it's the two-part anime, and the animation is good too. It's like a really, whoever did it, it's almost like Akira like level. It's really good. And so it's very entertaining, but it's also just super, it's just dead on. It's dead on of this setup or this world that they're trying to paint. And it's just, man. So the Animatrix, called the Renaissance, part 1 and 2. Your jaw will hit the floor. And I remember watching this, and I bought the Blu-ray collector's edition of all of the movies that comes with the Animatrix, and this was in like 2000, I don't know, 2005 or something. I don't know. It was like early 2000s. I remember watching this and being like, like, whoa. And now we're here with the robot walking in with the freaking first lady. And I guess I'll just give you the post. I mean, I make posts like this, but they don't want to promote them. I mean, like, no one made this connection. The only one has made this connection, unless I'm just not seeing it on my timeline. But look. Like, come on. It's freaking wild. I said, look familiar. Yeah, they don't want to promote my matrix breaking perception, you know, content. They don't want that. They'd rather show you doom porn. And literally an account of a person who lives in India who's posing to be a woman. They'll let that shit go wild in algorithm. Here, let me give you guys some chills right now. Hold on. If you've ever heard this, hold on. Hold on. I used to hear that, and I would be like, let's go. If you know that sound, it brings back a lot of memories, man. Stone of Jordan. We want to point out a post from Mr. Graham. So he wants to remind us all, and I love this, that Magic the Gathering is a massive reason BTC and crypto even succeeded in its early inception. So he said, I first heard about BTC in 2010 through other players in my weekly legacy tournament. So obviously, of course, Graham was playing Magic the Gathering. Giant nerd. But it was called Mount Gox. If you guys remember this, it was called Mount Gox for Magic the Gathering. Online, it was like for Magic the Gathering online trading. So Mount Gox caused the creator initially named it Mount Gox to be a Magic the Gathering trading platform. It's axiomatically incorrect to say Magic is dead, but even if it was, I think we should be kinder to the first non-criminal retail base to embrace crypto. And then it was Mount Gox, Silk Road, all from trading cards to ordering hitmen online. Terrible, absolutely terrible. But I don't know. But this guy's take is saying, he said, my TCG hot take is every single trading card game other than Pokemon is a bust and will either not be around or not be relevant in 5 to 10 years from now. That includes One Piece, Magic the Gathering already happening. Now, I don't know. What cards have you guys bought? Now, I have a theory. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is going to come back. I think Yu-Gi-Oh is going to have a little resurgence because there was only one, I would say, card game that was very much like adjacent to Magic the Gathering and other like battle system card games that had the art It had the playability. It was like easy to understand. It wasn't like too complex, because like Magic's Gathering is a little complex. I think Pokemon can too, but then like Yu-Gi-Oh, it just like, I don't know. Even it was the only one I ever actually played, and it was one that I was like, okay, this is cool. Like the art. Remember the Blue Eyes White Dragon? Very much from Pokemon. I think a lot of people went to Yu-Gi-Oh. Now there's still what they did is they released a lot of first edition packs recently over the past couple of years, resurging. And I think, in my personal opinion, if you're gonna buy something and keep something, buy those Yu-Gi-Oh first edition packs that they're releasing and just kind of see what happens. Because I think people are sleeping on it. That's my personal opinion. So that's my take on that. I think Pokemon's still going to be top dog. I mean, you can't beat that nostalgia because it's connected so much with the video games and just like so much deep lore, and like it's such a thing for people. Like it's such a soft point for people with Pokemon that I don't care what you say about the quote market. It's never going away. It's gonna be like the stock market. It's like the stock market. It's not going anywhere. It's too deeply ingrained. It's like, look at how strong Mario is for Super Nintendo. I mean, they continue to make billions of dollars on the franchise. People still play the original games, and they continue to buy digital copies of the original games over and over again, over and over again, over and over again. It ain't going anywhere. So don't listen to the naysayers. They're just pissed that they didn't keep their cards, and they're just mad. So let them be mad while we have fun. Let them be mad while we have fun. I'll be buying Ascended Heroes. All right, let's go. Let's go. Screw crypto. I don't want to trade crypto anymore. Fuck crypto. I'm going to trade US oil. I'm not trading crypto ever again. I'm just going to trade US oil. Screw this. I'm going to trade some real stuff. I'm going to trade some real assets. Jeez. The hell have I been trying to trade? I need to start trading Tesla. I need to start trading where's the robotics companies? Let me long that. Let me long every robotics let's go. About to long what the plasma fluid is that goes into the pods that we're about to get freaking shot into. Can I long the plasma fluid? What company's going to make the plasma fluid that we end up floating in? Let me long that. Man. All right, let's go. Yeah, I think the target, man, it's gonna be 140. They might pump this sucker up to 140, but then they'll have it resolve. Pump this baby up right to 140, and then, or maybe 130, 140, that'll be the resistance. Boom, and then we'll have the resolve. Now I'd love to look at US oil on a non-tokenized chart. So we'd look at US oil and see when has it gone above ever $150 a barrel. Has it ever in history of oil? I don't think it has. Okay, so US oil, crude oil, I don't know if that's right. Is that the right one? That might not be the right one. No, that's not it. There's so many different ones, so it's like Nope, that's not it either. Maybe it's the... Maybe that one that I was on was the most accurate. It says this is 90. Okay, so this is 95. 118. 123. 152. We go to... Okay, well, crude oil in 2008 was at 125. Currently, it's at 94. And then the other recent spikes that were a little closer were 2011. It was at 112. 2022 is at 103. But that was a big spike, though. That was at 2008. It spiked really hard, and it pushed from February 2007. It was at 50. It was at $60, and then it spiked up. Looks like it's eyeing to spike to that 125. So if the crude oil gets to 125, you would think, yeah. So then U.S. oil would be going up to the 138, 140 level here, tokenized version here. So let's look and see what those profits would be. Not too bad. Not too bad. And this is if we kept the same margin in, and we can also, you know, add to these trades. Don't see this thing settling out as fast as what, quote, now I would call the Trump media is saying. Because now there's a split. Now I don't even, you just have to, you can't take what Trump is saying as like any of truth to it at all until you start to read all of the counter intelligence news, independent accounts, all this stuff. You got to read a bunch of them, and then you start to collect like, okay, this is what this person's saying. This is what this person's saying. Okay, is it lining up? And then you start to hear what Trump was saying, and then you start to hear, and then it's like, then you see what actually starts to formulate, and then you see it in the chart, and then it's like, oh, okay. Let's do our best to follow it, because holy crap. But make sure you hit the like button. Let's at least get 10 likes before we end. I mean, that would be super appreciated. Did they really only send me one person on Twitter? Really? Man. Star Atlas is looking pretty cool. Oh, by the way, if your kids are playing Roblox, you need to get them off of it immediately. Like, you need to get your kids off of Roblox. Shit is run by a pedo organization, and they don't give a shit about your kids, and you should never give them any of your money. And it's a terrible organization. The kids now are playing a game that is it's like Five Nights at Freddy's, which is also ridiculous. It's called Five Nights at Epstein's, and they're playing it on school laptops. And so now it's like this whole scenario, and they're using the actual files, and the people that are building these games and this platform itself just needs to be shut down. Just shut the shit down. Like, shut it down, take the cards out of Walmart, get the kids off of the crap, because they're trying to get your kids, man. So it's like, as much as like this just proves that like they don't give a rip about you and your family. These people and that are in power that let this stuff slide, they don't give a crap. They literally don't give a crap. They don't care. So, but you have to care. You have to have the power and know that you have control over your family and your kids, and you can say what they can and cannot watch. And you have to make those rules. Because if you don't, your kids will just go free reign, and then they'll end up playing some freaking game like this and get traumatized. Once they see it, they can't unsee it. Okay? So it's not a fucking game. So you need to like take your kids off of it. So if you're watching this and you have kids and you have them on Roblox and you're like, oh, it's fine. It's not fine. And they put it on YouTube and they pay these YouTubers millions of dollars to promote that shit. And your kids are watching the videos of them playing the Roblox games. You think it's not a setup? So yeah, it's insane. You should be appalled. Like it's just like it's ridiculous, man. And thank God, yeah. I hope the world heals because yeah, Kanye's back. He's got a new album. He's going on tour. No AI. I hope he blasts. I hope he puts everyone on blast on his new album. I hope he exposes it all. I bet Kanye knows so much that he would love to oust all these people out. But shit, the who's basically canceled him out, and he called them out too. So you see what happens. Where who are you? Am I alone? No, you are not alone. You are not alone. We've never been alone. Because Lord Jesus Christ is in our hearts. All you gotta do is just ask. All right, I'm done. We're gonna end on this.